Asta Tall, and that's right, I'm here in another African country to explore its culinary traditions. Today, I'm in the land of 1,000 hills, also known as Rwanda, and I'm starting off my journey in the capital, Kigali. And I'm super excited to get to taste the food and also to learn a bit more about Rwanda's culture. And who knows, I might find some hidden talent in its valleys. Come on, let's go check it out. Justin.
Hey, Asta, how are you?
I'm good. I'm enjoying some coffee right now.
Good, yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing great. And you?
Good. So Justin, you do something that's a bit interesting, right? You're a cultural expert.
Yeah, right.
What is that?
That's a good question. So I provide cultural orientation for people coming to live and work here in Rwanda. So I kind of help them understand basic cultural, values, mannerisms, and behaviors to help them, connect and relate well with Rwandans.
So I need a bit of cultural orientation because I'm here in Rwanda. I want to explore the food culture. I'm going to have to interact with a lot of Rwandese. I want to learn the mannerisms. I don't want to offend anybody. And I think an art center is a great place to explore culture, right?
I know, yeah, you're right.
All right, let's go then.
Thank you.
You mentioned that you kind of deal with a lot of different international clientele. Is there kind of some points where they're like, this is so confusing. Why is this person doing this?
We are a very, non-expressive culture, like in speaking and just day-to-day life. So with non-expressive, we tend to hide our feelings and emotions, and we are encouraged to do that.
It's a very private culture.
Yeah, it's a very private culture. Yeah, it's a really, private culture. Yeah.
Does that translate into how people go out to eat?
We don't eat in public. It's not illegal, but we don't eat in public. And if you do that, then you'll be kind of floated upon, and people think that you don't respect yourself.
Now this is what I like.
Oh,
I love portraits.
it's beautiful. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I also like it.
Yeah? Now I have a pretty personal question. What's your favorite Rwandese dish to eat?
So my favorite Rwandese dish is cassava, boiled cassava, and milk.
And milk?
Yes.
Milk?
Yes.
Wow, that's
Milk
so
is
interesting.
very important in Rwanda. Like we actually have a very special, place and value for cows.
So do you guys just drink plain milk, or is there like a special type of milk that Rwandese drink?
Yeah, we drink, fresh milk and, kind of this fermented, yogurt, milk.
What is it called?
It's called ichivuguto.
Chirunguto.
It's really good.
Well, since milk is your favorite, I think I have to taste that.
Yeah, please taste it. Yeah.
We're here in Kigali's Kabuburo neighborhood to experience something that's uniquely Rwandese. Milk bars. Rwandese love to come to milk bars and socialize. They'll have a glass of milk or something that I'm going to try out today. Ichivunguto, or fermented milk. Making the fermented milk is usually a 12-hour process. Milk is freshly delivered before it gets boiled. The natural indigenous microorganisms are added for the fermentation process. Luckily for me, I won't have to wait 12 hours to take a sip. The consistency is super thick. It's not what comes to my mind when I think about milk. It's almost like yogurt, but that makes sense because it goes through a whole fermentation process. And taking a sip of this, it just makes me think I understand now why people would come. You have your friend here, you're gonna sit down, you're gonna have a chat, catch up over breakfast or maybe during the afternoon, because it takes a long time to drink this whole glass. It's not something you can just chug. And it's also quite a healthy option to sit down and have with your friend. If you think about the things we usually might drink with our friends, soda, cocktail, who knows? But this seems like quite the healthy option. Maybe we should all just start taking sips of ichibunguto. After getting to experience a milk bar breakfast, there's only one thing left to do. Explore even more of Rwanda's local delicacies. You can find brochettes being made just about anywhere in Rwanda. They're actually the country's national dish. Chef Olivier has been whipping up brochettes at Red Sky restaurant for the past 2 years. Before putting any brochettes on the grill, Chef Olivier makes sure to marinate them with his own recipe. He serves beef, chicken, fish brochettes, as well as a true Rwandese delicacy, zingalo or goat intestine brochettes.
This is zingalo.
Okay. Wow. How does this taste? Oh. Wow. Okay, I have to try it. It's good. This is actually good. Wow. So good. Thank you so much, Olivier, for showing me how to make the brochette and making me want to be a bit adventurous. I'm so happy I was. All right. Have a good day. How do you say thank you? All right. Bye. Well, there's a lot more of Kigali to explore, including a rising chef in Africa's culinary scene. Let's take a ride through the city to meet up with Dieuveil Malonga. Let's go.
So I'm Dieuveil Malonga. I'm from Congo. I grew up in Germany. I've learned Germany. And now I'm in Rwanda. And we have our restaurant, Meza Malonga. We serve Afrofusion cuisine. Our concept is Afrofusion cuisine, but most of ingredients come from our farms. We have some farms, but we work with many farmers. From farm to table is very important for us. I was trained in Germany. I did like 3 years in the school, culinary school, and also I did 2 years in pastry in France. So it's like the skills I have, like I use it in the product we have here and in the region, exactly. Like, the another one was just olive oil, but this one ate like virgin. That one is much strong. But it's good, maybe you can continue to use this one. after in France, and I start to travel around Africa to understand more African cuisine. I took like 2 years, and I visited more than 38 countries to understand more about African cuisine because it's huge. When I travel, I bring spices for different countries, and when we're here, what we do like to mix to find the equilibration and what can what ingredients can match with another one to create some like a new savor, something like that. And unfortunately, like when we opened, was a COVID time. Like we started with challenge. We opened in March, and 2 weeks after that was COVID. That was not easy for us. You know, when you're a chef, you want to cook. That was time that everything was closed and you can do nothing. That was, I think, that the highest challenge. But we've taken time also to create many recipes when we didn't cook. And we have time to think about how the world for tomorrow will work. I think firstly what makes me happy, I think it's my team because they learn quick. And yeah, look at you, what we are doing now. We are now in the 100 best chef. We didn't like, that was not in our mind. Our mind was just, okay, let's cook and share the food we have. Things that can do. My lovely place to be or like to work is in Musanze. In Musanze, firstly, what I love is the climate. And I like the coldness. And it's quiet. And the ecosystem, we have a lake. And we have all these mountains. I like this rural life. But here people take time. Hey, they ask, how are you? How are your family? And all the things, you know. That things make me more joy. And the rest, like decoration, you know. But it's very important, like to know your people that are doing well, yourself. I think that's it. my first time when I came in here, in the Mosekeras, like I remember it was 2017. And when I came, I saw Gervais. It's like we get the connection because firstly, he like more like nature, and he care about the lake, and he tell me a story about the village and the area, and I said, okay, I think you are the someone that we can collaborate in the future. I like to have an approach with all farms, like understand how it's look like how is it, like how people wake up in the morning to go to fish, to understand all of this narrative, how it works. I was in Paris and I was in Cologne. Like I didn't get that chance to have a farm. So I didn't get the connection even farms. Like you go to buy the product and most of the product will be delivered. Sometimes it's already clean and don't know where it comes. But in Africa it's different. Like you know the soil, you know the one is farming your product, and we have a collaboration between you and the community. It's like you will have more respect and product you have, and then the product will inspire you to do something good, to honor these people that are behind. The Musanze ecosystem menu came after when we studied the product that we have in Musanze, and that's why we create all this menu, like to use all the ingredients we can find here. That's why we study to understand and to taste what we can match with which spices, with vegetable. That's why we create this amazing Musanze ecosystem menu. The new chef, like me and another chef on the continent, now we are trying to talk about our own food. Before was people talking about our food. They didn't know exactly the real food. But we are preparing this time that when people will come to visit Africa, to give them the real story about the amazing food culture we have. But
I start off the Musanze ecosystem menu with a reimagined mango salad, chips with edible flowers pressed in, peas pressed into the shape of a donut, and you guessed it, bread with edible flowers. For a taste of seafood, I dig into shrimp and calamari, which rest on top of a cauliflower puree with air made from peas to top it off. Amazing. Well, to think you can have just so much. It's such a little dish, and every single bite, it's a different flavor. It's a different little adventure. It's light with a calamari. That was just so sweet. And the mousse itself, the bubbles, the mousse that you see, it actually, it's like a little bubble action in your mouth as well. This is so beautiful. I remember seeing this on the Instagram page when I was kind of going through Meza Malonga, and yep, a picture-perfect beef tartare with a carrot puree.
So now we have coffee cream from Rwanda, and we have a bread we did with coffee, we have caramel, and we have chips from chocolate.
Awesome. Why don't you pop a seat? And how, like, I was saying something that was so interesting, like when I was kind of taking a bite of each meal, was the texture. Yeah. Like the tartare was like just as smooth as the carrot puree. Is that something you think about when you're like creating these menus and stuff like that?
You know, when we create a menu, we take like 1 week just for one menu. Like we taste. And the very important is like to get a good taste, and after to work on texture, and after texture and how we plate is like four types. Firstly, to find the ingredients. Number two, to create, to get a taste, and the last one, how to present.
And then another thing that I've noticed whenever I'm talking about you, you say we. You never say I. And even I notice you don't kind of present every single dish. You kind of have other people present. How important is that for you to like, because a lot of people would feel like, I'm the best, I want to be the best.
You know, like I can say beyond the product is with farmers, and we have people, they do transport, bring vegetable here. We have teams, like for one dish, you can have like 100 people behind, like to work. That was like a big team. Yeah, that's why I say like we, it's not just me. Me, I'm presenting the work for many people. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dieuveil. I think I'm gonna dig into this dish of 100-man team. Thank you so much. All right, have a great evening.
Thank you.